Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Court. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning back, welcome back, my beautiful Soul Tribe family. Listen, we're going to have a real deep dive into a reading, probably one that I've never really done publicly. Of course, when I used to do private readings, I would tap into ancestral lineage. You know, I am a medium, so I can channel spirits. I can talk to spirits. Sometimes they bother me because they want to get their stories through. And so most recently, I had a very supernatural experience. You know, I kept getting this intuitive nudge. Okay. Shout out to the psychics. Shout out to the people that stay grounded and well-rounded, centered, so that you know when something is your energy, when you are under attack, discerningly knowing, intuitively feeling, and or when the spirit world is trying to get in contact with you. Remember, you are the one that speaks for the spirit realm, the lost souls. Okay. So most recently, I channeled a plethora of different energies that kept coming to me in the dream state. And a lot of them want to be free. I heard the lost souls that want to be free. Some of these people were very mischievous when they were here on earth. They did really bad things. They died due to witchcraft backfiring on them. All right. And so it's very important to know the history of your house, your neighborhood, do your research. When was your neighborhood founded, or when was the city created and or founded, right? Knowing the history, knowing what has happened around your area. This is what Spirit is telling me, because for a lot of you, you've moved around thinking that you were being attacked, when in reality, the more sensitive you become to the spirit realm, the spirits are like wanting to get in contact with you. Okay. Meaning they're calling you, they're pulling at your energy because they know that you can see them. They know that you can feel them. For those of you that have the gift to see spirits, right? Whatever your gift is, right? So they're always going to reach out to you to tell their story. So you got some mischievous spirits. Okay. They're bound here. They know that they have broken some type of heinous spiritual law, and they absolutely want to reincarnate. And most recently, I had, again, a supernatural experience. It's so funny because I was nowhere near my home. I was somewhere else, and I was talking to a really little old lady who's 88 years old, and she's so cute. And her daughter look like sisters. I said, "Oh my God, is that your sister?" And so she talked to me in Spanish, and she was like, "No, this is my mother. She looks really good." And the wind just started to pick up, and the spirits came around, and they were hugging me. I said, "You are a praying woman." I said, "Your prayers are beautiful. Thank you for your prayers." And she just smiled. And so it's interesting because in that moment, there were certain spirits as I drove away that wanted my attention. Now, mediums, psychics, readers, high priestess, I need you to chime in on this reading. I'm going to make this public, which normally readings like this I would do in the groups, but I'm being guided by spirit to make it public. For those of you that cannot join the memberships, go ahead. This free reading is a gift from me to you because I really want you to thrive on your journey. And I feel like you could be encountering what you believe is a spiritual attack, but really it's spirits that are trying to get in touch with you. And they're quite insistent. They're sometimes a little aggressive, right? So we're going to dive into the energy. If you're like me, the way I channel, I can tell you what the person passed from. Sometimes I can feel the symptoms, things that they went through. This is a gift that I've always had. Okay. For those of you who I've shared with, as far as death angels, they walk with me. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Death angels, they walk with me. And what exactly does that mean? Most times, spirit will send me into a place where either death is near, somebody's about to cross over, or it's like the final call for them to go through a spiritual awakening, like that kind of a death. That's just been the history of my purpose. Okay. I didn't realize that until one day I sat down and was meditating, and spirit just started to reveal to me why things were happening that way. Like I've literally been with people in their last days. And I'm like, yo, this is like a part of my spiritual journey. Okay. Well, the death angels. All right. That's what's up. Right. And judgment angels. And I did not know that I was being used to this capacity. In no way did I ever put myself in this grandiose idea of a medium that the Most High would use me in this way. I had no idea. I was still going through an awakening to my abilities, right? And if you and I know the dark night of the soul ain't no joke, right? It feels like you're going through hell because sometimes you are, right? You're passing through, you're conquering your own inner demons, you're handling your own ego, you're dying in the presence of Source, right? You're being humiliated in the presence of Source by way of, it's a humiliation and a gratitude that comes with it, right? I don't know. It's an overwhelming emotion, gratitude and humiliation and nakedness in the presence of the creator of all things. This is the creator, the one that knows every strand on your head, every mark on your body, every birthmark, everything, every tooth in your head. I'm talking divine creation, right? So being broken, in a way to be rebuilt. It is a death, basically. It's a death and it's a resurrection, is what it is. You gotta die. A lot of people are afraid to die. Okay. So in this, I kind of went a little bit on a tangent that took us left, but I'm going to channel these spirits because they want their stories told. I just heard the stories of the lost souls want repentance. They want atonement. Some of them have been here a really long time. They were really nudging at me, like bugging me. And I'm like, what? So I finally answered the call. I got still, and my ancestors are like, yeah, this is kind of like a new little spiritual gift. And I'm talking to the ancestors and I'm like, listen, when I get these new spiritual gifts, can you please give me a heads up? Can you send me a memo? And they're letting me know you've always had the gift. You're just more aware of it now, right? So these spirits, they're coming to me. They're bothering me. These could be y'all's ancestors, some of them. They want to atone with you. Some of them were attempting to torment your life. Some of them did spell work over you when they were alive. They want repentance. They want atonement. They have been in the earth too long, not able to cross over and or reincarnate. The shit got real. They started confessing to me, okay, what they had done. They were all coming all at once. So I always try to give each spirit their time to talk. Just a quick little short story. I know this is a long intro. Shout out to the people that make it through the long intros here in Spiritual Court. Like, you have the patience of a saint, and patience is also a gift and a virtue. But I gotta give y'all this story because this is definitely included in this, and it's connecting the dots. It's so interesting, y'all. When I was much younger, like maybe 25, something like that, right? I would literally go to the graveyard, okay? Wasn't visiting anybody. I would just go to the graveyard and sit on like the bench. And I would walk through the graveyard and I'd be talking to God. I'm like, we come here to live and die, and I'm awakening and I'm young and I'm going through an awakening at 25. Always been psychic, been doing readings since I was 5 years old in New Orleans, Louisiana, on my grandmother's porch. They would come up and be like, ooh, that baby got some old eyes. That's an old soul. And I just look up at them and they would ask me things and I would give them the answer and I would know, right? So just a little history about me. Not to make it about me, but I got to let you know where I'm coming from, which is a very genuine space. So hopefully you feel this, okay? Because it's coming from my soul. So fast forward, right? Now looking back in hindsight, I was always fascinated with the dead. Now, I grew up in a Christian atmosphere. And what's interesting is my step-up father was an atheist. Later, I found out was a Mason. And my mother never went to church, but grew up Catholic. But they sent me to Christian school all my life. I know it's a trip with no luggage, right? I'll put it in the book. But fast forward, right? I would go into the graveyard and you know how they have like those benches there? I would just sit there and it was so quiet. so peaceful. And I would just talk to God and I'm like, why do I feel comfortable here? So with my background, my father's side of the family, everybody's a minister. Everybody. Okay. They've been ministers since they was 14 years old. They know the Bible. They don't need to open up the Bible. The scriptures are written in their hearts. But listen, okay, so I would go there and I would feel like this peace. Well, the more I started to tap into my gifts, the more taboo it was for my Christian family. And I never told them how fascinated I was, but it was almost like the spirits were calling me. I'm going to put in my book a little bit more information, y'all. Just expect that the book will come in divine timing. Needless to say, fast forward, right? So inheriting your new gifts, you could be inheriting the gift of mediumship, or it's always been there, lying dormant, and maybe you're hypersensitive to it, right? So both of my ears are ringing. These spirits want me to get to it. And so without further ado, just a little spiritual resume there to let you know where I'm coming from. Newcomers, you might want to watch the playlist so that you can come up to par with how we do things in spiritual court. If you feel as though you want to start here, I support you in that energy. Without further ado, I call upon the angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, to come and make all things fair. These spirits want their day in spiritual court, they're saying. They want their cases to be heard. They feel as though they've been bound in the earth for far too long. Some of these spirits are innocent. So y'all might see me channel and it might come out real fast. Just know that they're talking to me. I'm simply being used as a vessel to tell their story. Some of them feel as though, hey, we're past the point of being cursed. Why are we being bound here? Well, it's their cursed bloodlines. It's their cursed families. It's their cursed families. Some of them have them still on their altars. This could be remains, ashes, and they're making offerings to them. They won't let them go. They don't want them to be free. Some of them did not want to be buried in the earth, which kept them earthbound. That's what I just heard. Okay. So show me these spirits, the lost souls. They want to be vindicated. Yeah, they want to be vindicated. They're being used as monitoring spirits and they're frustrated. They're tired. Illegal investigation. This is what it says, is given monitoring spirits. Some of these spirits are innocent. Some of their lives were taken. Okay, so they are coming to me right now. Right. Most of the ones that are coming right now are the ones that want to be vindicated. Yes. Okay. Whew, so you got covens and cults using spirits here that want to be free. These are their family members. These are their ancestors. They were taught how to conjure. And these people are tired. They want to come into a new life. They want atonement with the divine. They want retribution. They are watching other people live in the physical. Okay. And they're watching other people when they pass over, go into enlightenment, go into the light and come back and have a new life. And they themselves have been stuck here for far too long. Some of them are very old spirits. Okay. They've been here a really long time. Illegal investigation. Yeah, they're saying that's enough. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just dive on into this energy. Let's just see the Kipper-ish. That's the deck I'm supposed to use. So something about us being held in high honor. Some of these people attacked your lineage, your bloodline. Okay. Yeah. And so they're being used. Some of these spirits are very chaotic. There's animosity. They're angry because they're being ignored by their families, by their bloodline, but they simply use them in rituals to spy on other people. They use them as monitoring spirits. They sprinkle graveyard dirt from their graves where they are resting and they are tired. They are soaking items in their remains, is what I just heard. Bones, graveyard dirt. They could be soaking this in like nails or something that can rust so that it has an effect when they need to use the spirit. But it makes the spirit irritated. The spirit is agitated. They don't want to work like this anymore. They feel they have paid for their sins in purgatory, in between realms. I could put these cards down, y'all, and just channel this whole thing. The door is wide open. Both my ears are ringing, so bear with me as I listen. Thank you, Most High, for allowing me to use my gift. Clarify illegal investigation. So you got some people in a coven. This could be your neighbors. This could be in your neighborhood, whatever this is, no matter where you go. Spirit is saying, understand there's always going to be spiritual work. It's just the path. You can move here, you can move there, you can move wherever. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be somebody that's going to see your light. There's always going to be somebody that tests your spirit. Death will always be near when you enter a city, a town, a parish. Why? Because judgment walks with you, chosen ones. Justice walks with you. They want justice. They're really happy about me telling their story. Okay. So whoever you are, you're coming up as single and successful. Okay. Illegal investigation. You got people watching you. You got people that are about to move out of the area, that are trying to get away from spell work. Okay. These are family members. These are their family members, not yours. Yeah, these are their family members, is what they're telling me. These are their ancestors that they've trapped here. Okay. You're coming up as somebody as a healer and they need your help. They want to move on, is what they're saying. Yeah, they want to move on. They want to cross over. So what do you do in cases like this? My beautiful medium psychics, just a tip. What I normally do is I call upon the angels, ringing the bell, calling judgment, because only the divine can decide whether or not they cross over. That's it. Okay. Some of them collaborated. They did heinous things. I'm going to keep it real. They've been here for far too long and they're in this state of animosity. I feel like the animosity is more with their bloodline for how they're using them in rituals and spell work. It keeps the curses on the bloodline. So they're angry. Animosity, meaning they want to be free. They don't want to be used in their spell work. They want to be free. But again, they could have themselves taught their family how to do this and they regret it. Some of them, when they were alive, they did bad spell work. Yes. Okay. And they regret that. They regret it. Show me these lost souls that want judgment in the afterlife. Yeah. Something about falling ill and being sick. Okay. This was spell work that backfired, Four of Swords. So some of them ended up falling on their own sword, landing on their own sword. Something about putting them to rest, though. Look at this, resting. Okay. They want to rest. So whoever these people are conjuring them up, they need to stop. These ancestors are ready to take them out in order to be set free. These ancestors are now a part of our endeavors, meaning they're here to help us. They're going to snitch on their bloodline. We can talk to all the ancestors, even if it's not of our lineage, even if it's of a cursed lineage. There is a designated representative in this family, in these bloodlines. Thank you. Yeah, they pissed off. They've been used to haunt people, hurt people, create some form of an illusion. Seven of Cups, they're tired. But remember, these are people that taught their family members how to do this, how to trap a soul. And they're really upset because they really want to reincarnate. Okay. Clarify. We call down judgment over these souls. Yeah. Something about their lineage being cursed. Something about their bloodlines losing power. Okay. What am I feeling? What is it that the spirit wants to say? Something about them initially having gifts, being chosen. Some of these people are chosen ones that were sacrificed in their own family for their abundance. Some of them were unalived with spell work for money. Okay. These could be wealthy people. They could have had a will. They could have had houses. They could have had money, something like that. Their own family members unalive them. Okay. These are earth angels that are coming through. All right. So you got a little bit of everything coming through. The Hermit in the reverse, they block their intuition. These are people that abuse family ancient secrets, okay? Black, white, green, Latino, whatever your color, it don't matter. They're all coming through. I need y'all to know that, okay? It's not a color thing. There's somebody here that's really angry. This spirit is angry. Yeah, they're angry because they blocked this person's destiny and they use this person. They upset the dead. They disturb them. It's almost like when you're resting really, really good and you're sleeping good after you've done work in the earth and somebody wakes you up for some bullshit. That's how they feel. Why are y'all waking us up for some bullshit? They're using them in illegal investigations because they're using them as monitoring spirits. So they're constantly consulting with them. What exactly does that mean? Let the ancestors rest, right? We pay homage to them by way of the body of work that we carry out. Thank you, Holy Spirit. But when you upset them and you got to wake up your ancestors, it better be for a good reason. You better be in an emergency waking up these people. Okay, this is what they're saying. Okay, show me the ones that did the dirt while they were alive. You got some good people and you got some bad people that are being held accountable to a lot of lifetimes. Whew, why are you coming to me? Clarify, judgment, Archangel Michael. What is it that the Most High is saying? They're wanting to stand in the presence of the Most High. They're asking for some type of judgment. They feel as though they've paid their dues being in purgatory, being in between realms with an inability to reincarnate. Show me these ones that did. Yeah, they want to heal. They want to heal the bloodline. It's almost like asking for some type of atonement with the Most High in the afterlife. They're really happy that I'm telling this story. Okay. Yeah. They want judgment. They're saying we want to heal. We want to move on. We did, bad things in the earth. Some of them been trapped for a long time. Whew, they've been trapped for a long time. It's almost like they chose this world over the Most High God, over divinity, over life, over, like, they've taken life is what they're saying, and they chose the devil. Okay, so the Most High kept them bound in the earth and said this was their judgment. This is like judgment from the higher realms for them to be trapped here. But now they're in the Six of Swords. They've watched people come and go. They've watched people come and go. Yeah, real fast. Something about people in their bloodline. Something about the curses that they put on their bloodline could have taken a lot of life all at once. This could have been like death comes in threes type energy. Okay, they know that this is based on sins. How long they been here? Some of them 300 years, 3,000 years, something like that. 3 is real significant is what I'm hearing. 300 years. Wow. Stuck in between realms. Clarify judgment from the higher realms for these angels. So listen, y'all, this is what I was going to say before I cut myself off. Commercial break. So what do I do when I feel like, there's certain spirits that want to be free? I always call on the angels to send them into the light. Now, sometimes the light rejects them, depending on the judgment, depending on the energy, depending on the spiritual laws that were broken. Some of them had lifetimes of purgatory. Okay. And this is why a lot of them who are doing spell work now don't want to die, because they're afraid of this kind of judgment. This would leave them without a physical body, like forever. They can't jump into no bodies. They can only be used as slaves. Right. And even right now in this moment, they feel as though they are at our mercy. It's almost like they have to help us. Yeah. That's judgment. They have to help us. Like, even though they're being sent to attack us, they snitching. They snitching on their bloodline. They snitching. They like, we tired of these mofos. I've been here 300 years. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, well, listen, you got the chariot. Yeah, this is forward movement energy. So always call on those angels, okay? If you light a white candle, Archangel Michael's really good. Red, white, whatever kind of candle. Just set your intention. Psalms 91 is really, really good. And then Psalms 53 is what I just saw. Psalms 48. Okay. This calls on the angels to come and remove any spirits that need to be free. Some of them are lost. Some of them don't know that they're unalived. I know that sounds weird. I'm getting a lot of energy. Let me just channel this one first. Yeah. Okay. Six of Pentacles. They're tired of these people giving them offerings. They tired of being on the altar. They like, leave us the hell alone. We sick of y'all. Y'all cursing the bloodline. This is what they're saying. They're just making it worse. But they feel as though they were at fault. But at the same time, they feel as though they've paid. They've paid the dues. That's what I just heard. Yeah, they've paid their dues. Yeah, they're like, we tired. We paid our dues. They are tired when they're supposed to be resting. They are tired. There are some good ancestors here too that are tired. Stop waking us up for some bullshit because you did some bullshit. That's what I just heard. 10 of Wands. Okay. 10 of Wands. You got good ancestors here that are watching their lineage put more burdens and curses on their lineage. They're really angry. They're really angry. Some of these earth angels were unalived at the hands of their families. Could have been like a wife that took out her husband. Big King of Pentacles is coming through. Okay. Sacrificing him. All right. Now they're both stuck in the afterlife. Something like that. She didn't understand that contract. Yeah. She didn't understand. She sacrificed him. This is what he's saying. The Hangman in the reverse. Now they both stuck. This is what I just heard. Wow. Okay. So her goal was never to pass on, not in a physical way, but just to keep body jumping and snatching souls. That's how they do it. That's how they live forever. So you got the 10 of Wands. Okay. What is this feeling that I'm feeling? They want to move on. Somebody took somebody's destiny. Somebody in somebody's family took somebody's destiny. Okay. Clarify judgment. Yeah. They want a new beginning. Wow. Some of these people completed some very heinous acts. They sacrificed their wives. They sacrificed their husbands. They did whatever. And it's crazy because a lot of them fell ill, a lot of backfire energy, whoever these people are, and they outsmarted themselves. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is like the helping hand of the divine. They see the work that we're doing. It's almost like it's time for the wandering souls, the lost souls, to be put somewhere, either to be under judgment for reincarnation or to be gotten rid of in a void that doesn't exist where no life exists. That's what I just heard. They said that level of hell does exist. So anybody saying that hell is not real, they're telling me, oh, it's real. Yeah, they're telling me it's real. Okay. And I meant to do it like this. Queen of Cups. Okay. Psychics, mediums. Some of them didn't know. Some of them were dark witches. Thank you. So the Queen of Cups in the reverse was a dark witch. Okay. I do stand corrected. So the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Thank you. Yeah. Clarify Queen of Cups in the reverse. These are witches and warlocks. Yeah. That did magic. Okay. They played in the dark and they played in the light, and mostly in the dark to get what they wanted. And they're trapped. Clarify judgment. What is the Most High saying about these people? What is the Most High saying? Please and thank you. Knight of Cups. It's almost like they're coming to assist us because their own lineages have let them down. Even if some of these people were wicked, they feel like they were left out in the cold by their bloodline. And they're saying that some of the people that came after them are worse than them. It's hard to watch. This is torment. This is hard to watch. Yeah, I'm hearing we did magic when we needed to defend ourselves. We did magic for good reasons. They're doing magic senselessly. They're waking us up for no reason. Like to be monitoring spirits and bullshit like that. They so tired. They like, leave us the hell alone. This is crazy. Clarify. Yeah. They tired of this. They're sending us to fight earth angels. Okay. They're sending us to fight God's gifts. Clarify. Yeah. Justice is being served. So they want the scales to be balanced. Clarify their bloodlines, Holy Spirit. Queen of Swords energy. Clarify the bloodline, Queen of Swords. Somebody refuses to let something go. Their ancestors are about to take them out. I'm going to say that again. Whoever you are, Queen of Swords, you're coming up as a Queen of Swords in the upright because you're a shapeshifter, but really you are an asshole. This is what your ancestors are telling me. They said you dumb as shit. I'm just going to tell you exactly what I hear in my ears, okay? Not my words, but they said you dumb as a bag of damn bricks. Look at this here. They said this is who you really are. You're a shapeshifter, Queen of Swords in the reverse. If you're not an air sign, water sign, anything, it doesn't matter. This person is coming up as a nasty person. This is what they're saying. It's not zodiac specific. So read the energy. Thank you. You got the 8 of Cups in the reverse, right? Okay. There's somebody that refuses to let some shit go. The ancestors have been giving them a sign and they're still doing something. So they're conjuring up an angry ancestor, giving this ancestor offerings, trying to bind this ancestor to something. What am I seeing? Some type of something. I don't know. But this is an angry ancestor. And the ancestor is more angry because he can't pass on, but he's done a lot of bad. So they know when he was alive, he was an asshole. Is that type of energy? Needless to say, you got the 5 of Wands. They keep conjuring up chaos spirits. These are their ancestors. These are like angry ancestors. Okay. They're lying to the spirit to get the spirit to fight for them. And they're sending chaos magic. Some of them are using graveyard dirt in a candle. That's what I'm seeing. Somebody's saying a candle. They're putting us on a candle. Okay. This could be like graveyard dirt with oil or something like that. I just heard, don't go getting no ideas. Dang, somebody's ancestors are funny. They're like, don't go getting no ideas. They tired of y'all. You wicked bastards. Right now, these covens are having emergency meetings because they are being ignored by their ancestors. Their ancestors are here talking to us. Clarify, lost souls. Show us what's going on. Yeah, they want to apologize. They want to atone. They want to atone. They've had to stand by in the spirit and watch their offspring be worse than them, watch people be tormented. They've also watched people ascend past them. Like they're watching their family members unalive other people. They see the spirit come out of the body because obviously they've crossed over, and they see that spirit be free. And it's almost like we want to go, we want to go. Like, even though they're seeing like, okay, you unalive these people in the 3D, but they're innocent, they still are free after they leave the physical body. They still get to resurrect because of their good energy, because they were innocent, because, yeah, because they were innocent is what I just heard. Most of them are children, okay? Some of these innocent ones, they tried to destiny swap with the person before the person passed away to keep the spirit trapped in a new physical body to live out its destiny. That's what I just heard. Thank you. That's what I'm picking up. Wow. Okay. So as soon as the spirit left the body, they had somebody doing some type of ritual. They said a lot of people do this, so everybody needs to listen. They'll take the spirit and transfer it to a new body, okay? Or somebody gets pregnant shortly after a death. That's what I just heard, okay? Clarify. Yeah. Divine intervention is here, though, okay? Their lineages want to be free. They're willing to snitch on them in spiritual court. They're willing to snitch on them. Yeah. I just heard we want out of this bullshit ass contract. They got somebody's ancestor. Clarify, we want out of this bullshit ass contract. Yeah, they want out. They want the judgment to come down in justice by way of the heavens to make a final judgment over their purgatory, over their judgment for what they did when they were in the earth. These are spirits that don't want to be bound anymore. They're literally crying out to the Most High God. And the only people that can hear them is the mediums. It's us. Because we're tapped in. This is what I'm hearing. Okay. Clarify these spirits. Wow. The children. It's a lot of children. I felt a lot of innocent children. I just heard we were children. We were children, innocent, sacrificed. So a mother could live. They were sacrificed so a father could live. They were sacrificed so somebody in the family could take their destiny. Okay. So the spirit is still here in another body, however, never crossed over. Commercial break. For those of you that are privy to understanding and or have studied Haitian voodoo or Jamaican, black magic, people from Jamaica who do a certain magic, usually voodoo, right? Now, initially voodoo was supposed to be meant for healing. Obviously, you had somebody come in and, energy is energy, and they wanted to manipulate it and use it for bad. This is really common for people to jump into other vessels after they pass over very quickly. Some of them don't come back through the birth canal. They can just jump into another body because somebody's an empty vessel. Maybe that person got their soul snatched, so they compromise the soul. That's what I just heard. Yeah. I just heard that, no, they do it in a way that nobody sees it. Clarify, they do it in a way that nobody sees it. Yeah, through pregnancy. Nine of Pentacles. They do it in a way that nobody sees it. So it's almost like holding on to a spirit for a certain amount of time. And then all of a sudden, somebody's very specific. I just heard having full moon sex, having a baby under a full moon, or having sex under a full moon to transfer the spirit. Wow. Wow. So this is not uncommon. Okay. Yeah. Animals too. I just heard. Right. Yeah. So sometimes some of them will live through their animals, or they jump in their animals. Okay, is what they're telling me. Oh, they giving up all the secrets. Clarify these lost souls. Clarify, they want judgment. They want justice. King of Swords, yeah. They have been trapped here a really long time. Some of these people were the best of the best. Some of them were taken out by their own sons, their own brothers. Five of Cups. You got the King of Swords. It's just almost, it's like living in torment. Okay, show me these chosen ones that passed over. Yeah, they are not protecting these people no more. So some of these people are scared right now. These are long lines of lineages doing diabolical shit. They're scared right now because these spirits are not answering them, y'all. They're actually coming to the chosen. They're bothering you. It's them. It's not spell work. It's them. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, because you're a representative of Source. It's almost like, calling, the Most High God's assistant, like, you think I can get a court date in spiritual court? It's like that. That's how they're coming. Like with healer, single, successful, like you could be in the business of being a healer. Like maybe you do that for work or something like that. But moving on, they want to move on. They want to move on. They feel as though their debts have been paid. They feel as though they've learned a lesson. Their debts have been paid. Took a lot of lives. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. These are verdicts that unfortunately have not been overturned. So wherever they've been bound to, some of their own family bound them to certain, I just heard spiritual jurisdictions, energetic realms and fields. It's given black hole. It's given a place where life doesn't exist. Something like that. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. They're trying to overturn this judgment with the Five of Cups. Clarify these spirits, Holy Spirit. Using people like they're using these spirits to torment people. Five of Wands, and they're tired. They're tired. And this is like this because the psychics and the mediums now are not like how they once were. We've evolved to the capacity that we've called back our ancient secrets. We've called back our Akashic records, which really leaves them in the echoes, in the shadows to be forgotten, right? When you go into churches and it says in remembrance of, or you go to a funeral and they're saying, how they remembered somebody. It's almost like they're the lost ones. They're the forgotten ones. They're not even good at trying to haunt anybody anymore because now, y'all, we are so elevated. We just like, what does the spirit want? Whereas before they literally used to be able to scare people to death. But now we so tapped in, we like, okay, Most High, hold on. Let me see what it is that you want me to do. It's giving that kind of energy, right? They're all fighting to get help. Yeah, these are people that have conjured these spirits up for chaos. They're in trouble. They're going to torment the shit out of their offspring, I just heard their ancestors. Out of their ancestors? Huh. So some of them could have conjured up spirits of their ancestors or very God, how can I say this? Powerful witches and warlocks in their bloodline, and they've done some type of ceremony to get crowned with an ancestor. They come out like entity attachments, but they're ancestors, they're angry ancestors, or maybe their grandmother's mother was a wicked ass witch and they conjure her up and they want to allow her to live through them, live through the children, live through something like that, to cause some type of chaos. This is a spirit that wants to finish her work through somebody's physical body. Yeah. And so they will do a ritual. Okay. Somebody's saying you're giving up the secrets now, aren't you? These spirits are funny. Five of Wands, honey. Five of Wands. There's going to be chaos. They're going to beat the shit out of their own ancestors because the only judgment is for them to clear out their bloodline. That's the only way for them to make some type of like atonement. Yeah, a lot of them are really wanting to be free. Oh, what I wouldn't give to just be alive again. I would do things differently. They're just watching I just heard their ancestors. They're watching their ancestors do bad things. So these are ancestors that found a way out by way of a conjure, and they just occupied another vessel. Okay. So if you've seen a family member just all of a sudden change, and you like, that is not my mother. That is not my brother. Who is that? Yeah, it's some shit that happened. It's some switcheroo stuff going on. This is what they're showing me. Yeah. And people really don't figure it out. Yeah. Big divine masculine energy, emperor energy. Okay. Some of them died in anxiety for fear of not knowing that people in their family were trying to sacrifice them, or people in their own coven. Okay. Some of them their own children. Again, Page of Wands is like a father and a son, or a father and a daughter, but I'm getting father and child or children. Okay. So we're going to clear the board and just see what else is going on. Divine ancestors, please put a shield of protection over me as I channel this energy. Yeah, they stole their destiny, stole their path. They want to go into the light. And so you got to remember, Divine Collective, when you're carrying all this light around you, they try to come at you in a way that you have to keep them at bay. You have to let them know, listen, I'm a medium. I can see you. I can hear you. You know, they might come through a dream. If the Most High wants you to help them, they will absolutely get help. There's so many lost souls that want to be free because they're watching the world go through what appears to be a complete and total deliverance of the magic that they did over people's lineage. They're watching the lineages that they've cursed move forward. And now the last are first, and the first are now last. You are the head and not the tail. That's what I just heard. They're watching the lineages that they cursed, like they're just standing by, watching us move into this age of Aquarius energy, healing. It's not like it used to be. That's what I just heard. Yeah. So they got some people in their families that are still moving like nothing is new up under the sun. And what is new up under the sun is judgment. Okay. Severe judgment, because the earth needs to purge her energy for all the innocent bloodshed. This is what they're saying. Earth magic, using herbs, graveyard dirt. The graveyards need a break. They like, leave us alone. Listen, it's something about when you go to pay respect, right? And you give an offering, okay? It could be flowers or whatever people like to give, but it's another thing to conjure a spirit, bother a spirit, and then you got that spirit now running loose, and that spirit is like, leave us alone. So divine intervention is here. These covens are having emergency conversations, immediate meetings. They want to know who you are. Some of them don't know if they've attacked their own ancestors. That's what I just heard. Some of them absolutely attacked their own bloodlines. They didn't even know that you were a part of their bloodline. Okay. This is why you just don't know who people are. Something like that. Somebody went to attack a chosen one and didn't realize that that chosen one was a part of their bloodline. So chosen to do what? To break a curse. There's a lot of communication right now. 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. You got phones ringing, conversations being had, people meeting each other in the car. You got the 4 of Swords. Something needs to be put to rest. Some of these people will be passing away soon, and they have no idea that they will absolutely be trapped the same exact way. They have no idea. Oh, some of you were trapped souls, and some of you came back to get it right. Some of you, your purgatory, and when I mean purgatory, I mean being in between realms. Some of your purgatory, like the devil had to let you go. I cannot make this up. Yeah, they're saying the devil is real. Stop playing. What else am I hearing? Yeah, stop playing. Listen to the high priestess. Something about the messengers of the Most High God. They come to bring you the truth. So listen. That's what I just heard. Yeah. And so some of these people got a chance to kind of have a new life. All right. And do right. But they still have people in their bloodline. Yeah. That are trying to do bad. Spirit said, you shuffling the hell out of them cards. If you're just now coming into the chat, come on in. You are watching me live channel. I channel, but not to this capacity. Right now, they all just like, hey, 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 hey. Both my ears are ringing. I woke up with both my ears ringing like, what is going on? What do y'all need? And baby, it's been interesting. Anything else these spirits want me to know? Anything they want me to translate? Yeah. So some of them were able to get out of hell. I'm going to keep it real, y'all. I see like angels going down into some parts of the earth where these people were casted out, and they got a second chance. That's what I just heard, to make a second impression but not all of them are free. Wheel of Fortune, clarify. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, they got a second chance. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. The devil had to release them. Clarify. Wheel of Fortune, the devil had to release them. Yeah. Page of Cups. Most of these people are children, y'all. These are innocent souls that had to be released. Somebody could have done a ritual over a child. Somebody could have lost a child, a miscarriage, or lost a child young, or whatever this was. It was witchcraft that was done on this child. And these children wanted to be released, but somebody wanted to keep a child bound, like have them grow up in the spirit so that they could mold and shape them to be a monitoring spirit, to cause chaos. Like it's almost like unaliving a child very, very young, but they're growing up in the spirit. They've never known, some of them never knew a physical body. Wow. Okay. Some of these children were sacrificed for healing purposes so that people didn't have to die, or if they had sicknesses or something like that. These are children with gifts, bright destinies. Wheel of Fortune, these are healers. These are children. Yeah, look, they're saying Nine of Cups, water, fish, underwater. What does a baby look like when it's in the womb of the mother? It's a fish. Amniotic fluid, Piscean energy. This is what they're showing me. They're showing me the picture of a fish. Clarify these babies, these children. Yeah, I can't make it up. They want to move on. Some of them have been able to get out of the clutches of this witchcraft. Okay. For some of the most powerful practitioners, Haitian practitioners, Voodoo, Mambo priestess, things of that nature, Ifa, okay, there's secrets. There's ways to trap a spirit so that the spirit can't stay, or so that the spirit can't, why did I say can't stay? So the spirit can't move on, or the spirit can't stay anymore. Yeah, the spirit can't stay. But there's a way that they use the children's strength for whatever they want. Beauty, money. Some of these children, their spirits were transferred to amulets, rings. If somebody was passed down some type of an heirloom, a necklace, a bracelet, a ring, there's a spirit on there. Oh, this is my grandmother's ring. Yeah, no. They transferred a whole spirit. Like the spirit is bound to that. Okay. If you know, then you know. You got the Five of Swords. Careful buying jewelry online. Evil eye bracelets, y'all. Watch out. This is what they're telling me. Some of these practitioners are transferring spirits to their things to trap you. This is what they're telling me. Be careful. Eight of Swords. Even with your cards, you know, when you get your cards, you have to put your cards through a ritual. You are the high priestess. You have to follow proper protocol. They're saying this is just confirmation. Some of you are already doing this. Okay. So you got the Eight of Swords. So they're saying it's a trap. Okay. So watch that. You still got people that want to sacrifice you. Miami, Florida is under judgment. Big time. It's going to be some death there. It's a lot of dark ass witchcraft going on there. Miami or just Florida. Miami. Mm-hmm. So they're saying, be careful. These children are coming through as almost like spirit guides. It's interesting. Some of them have crossed over. Some of them are on the way. Somebody could be expecting a baby. Okay. Yeah, they had to release them because it's like they were keeping them bound. Like after they passed away, they were still using them for their power and their destiny, to make them grow up in the spirit. Some of these children didn't even know they passed away. What type of witchcraft is that? Some of these people didn't even know they were unalived. Okay. Transferring them to amulets, dolls, whatever, something like that. It's giving that kind of energy. Yeah, we don't want those kinds of offerings. We want real life. This is what they're saying. So these children have been released, okay? They're saying something about buying something online. Y'all watch what you're buying. You might be like, oh, that's a cute little evil eye bracelet. You got people getting real sophisticated because they're losing power and their magic is being dismantled. And you know what's tormenting them? Who is tormenting them are their own ancestors. Some of their ancestors have gone just completely like deaf on them. They're not answering them at all. Clarify this buying something online. They're saying it's a trap. You got witches that want to sacrifice. If y'all bought something from somebody down in Florida, mm-mm, mm-mm. This is like an ancient war. Somebody picked up on your spirit. Okay. Clarify. They're saying protection amulet. Be careful. These people know that they've missed an opportunity. Something could have already have happened. Somebody could have been given some alekes. Somebody could have been given a bracelet. You could have got wind of like feeling different. Like, you know what? Shit started happening when you gave me this or something like that. Or if the bracelet broke, this is what they're telling me. Or if the alekes broke, you know, if something breaks, never put it back together. Mm-mm. If your alekes break and you were given something, that means that whoever gave it to you, you are not supposed to be connected to them. Spiritually, you're not supposed to be in their house. For those of you that believe in godmothers, madrinas, padrinos, specifically Santeria is coming through a lot. Okay. Yeah. Afro-Cubana is what I just heard. Yeah. The star in the reverse. A lot of lost babies, y'all. A lot of destiny swaps by babies. They're looking literally how to stay in this power because they're being exposed. What do these babies want me to know? Yeah, it's like whoever these are spiritualists. They come, you know, in this energy of they're going to help you. Spirit is saying, please be mindful that most of the work that you're going to do on your journey, on your destiny, is absolutely going to be a narrow path, meaning source will guide you. Okay. For those of you that have gone through spiritual awakenings, maybe you needed some type of spiritual help. Maybe you solicited somebody for services. They're saying, take that, on the chin, take it as an experience, learn from it. And that is it. But you have to walk like a chief. A lot of you don't have spiritual teachers. A lot of you had to figure it out. You had to wing it. Okay. Some of your spiritual teachers crossed you. My heart goes out to you. These children are saying their heart goes out to you. These are very innocent babies that I'm channeling. Their heart goes out to you because they know that you needed help or something like that. These people took advantage of you. Some of them caused miscarriages, death, things around you so that you would keep coming back and paying them. Okay. You're going to start to see certain botanicas shut down. The ones that were doing the bad work. There are some good ones, they're saying. There are some good ones. There are some ones that are really out here doing the work of Yeshua HaMashiach. They're literally casting out demons in the back. That's what I just heard. Somebody got a back room in a botanica. And baby, somebody calls on Archangel Michael. Somebody's talking in Spanish. Okay. They will cast out a spirit on your ass. That's what I just heard. And they're doing good work. Okay. But you got some of them that are not doing the right thing. They're saying protect yourself, protect your energy. These people will unalive you in a heartbeat. Don't eat anything from them. Okay. I feel like this is more so for people that are new to their journey. And I also feel like I'm channeling energy for people who have already had these experiences. It's just confirmation. So they're saying to pay it forward and go help somebody. Yeah. This is how you pay it forward. Yeah. They're saying the work that you do, that's how you pay it forward. To help other people so that they don't get hurt like that, right? Yeah, you are the high priestess. That's what they're saying. To walk decent and in order. Ooh, upright, with good character, decent character. You don't have to cut any corners. You're very divinely protected. What most people have to do in spirituality, you don't have to do. The divine just walks with you. They're showing me the feet, the hands and the feet. Yeah, your feet are protected. You're divinely protected. So mediums, listen, okay? For those of you that like, I can go around somebody and I know when they're going through something. I could tell the physical ailment in the body. I can also connect with the spiritual reason why they have the ailment. I can tell if it's something natural, unnatural, supernatural, dark, all of the above, right? When I first embarked on my journey, I had a teacher who ended up becoming my sister. And she told me, she was like, she specifically told me not to go into graveyards and not to go into hospitals because the spirit of death was there. Well, later, my life changed where the spirit of death would just walk with me. So people would like literally, y'all, I kid you not, send me death. I would see people drop or family members of theirs drop. And I never put it together like, oh, they sent me something bad. I was so blind. I was so oblivious. I loved everybody. I still do. But at the same time, now I'm more aware of what's going on, right? So she told me that. And it's crazy because that's where I found the most comfort. You know, when I worked in a hospital, though, it was very sensitive because I could feel what they were going through. I would be in like the room with people when they took their last breath. And the family members are like hugging me. They're like, oh my God, she just passed away. I'll be like, oh my God, most high God, you got me in this room with this family. I'm just in here to try to do my job. And you got me standing in a circle with these people as this lady is taking her last breath. So the moral of the story is use your intuition. What she kept telling me not to do is what was calling me. Again, why was I going to the graveyard in my 20s and my 30s, just sitting in there like, oh, it's so calm here. They would have like the little lakes, you know, in California, the graveyards are really, really nice. They got like these little benches. They got the lakes. They got the birds that come. I was like, it's so quiet. And you couldn't hear the outside world. The spirit realm was always pulling for me. Why? Because they feel like we are the voice. We are the voice of the ancestors. Sometimes you got an angry ancestor that you got to cool down, and you need to know how to cool that person down. They're angry. They're mad. Some of them weren't unaware that they were unalived. Some of them didn't know that they were unalived at the hands of their spouse. So they were completely confused. Their intuitions were blocked. Their consciousness were disconnected before they were unconscious, right? In the physical body. So I tell y'all that to say that to be right here in this moment, it all makes sense. I just had a little bit of an epiphany. I had a moment. Clarify left ear. Somebody's trying to find out who's talking. Yeah, something backfired. Ten of Swords, they're about to take out people in their bloodline. So whoever's doing death magic, if it's a karmic watching, if you're watching, or you are one of the 1,500 people that look at the video and you don't like it, we talking to your ass. Your ancestors about to beat the shit out of you, straight up and down. Clarify with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, they're about to beat the shit out of you. Don't go give them no offerings. They tired of your offerings. Quit putting shit at your altar. Quit putting graveyard dirt in the doggone thing. Stop lying to the spirit, because the high priests are here to channel the truth. And the children are absolutely spirit guides. Okay. Some of these children have new lives. They're coming back. These are starseed babies that were taken innocently that are coming back. Nine of Cups, okay, is birth. Piscean energy. Piscean energy. I cannot make it up. Seven of Cups. They're choosing certain people, okay? Some of these people, like, look, let me just close this other door. Hold on, y'all. Whew. Bear with me as I channel this energy. I got to back some of these energies up because they're all telling me things at the same time. Hold on. My goodness. They want me to come for somebody, and I'm just going to come straight on with the come through. Let me just get a little bit of Apollo. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, so listen. Somebody right now is still doing spell work, and I just want to let you know the same way your ancestors just came through, they about to fuck you up. Straight up and down. So when you getting fudged up, you don't know that it's them. They want you to know, okay? Because you created some type of an illusion. You conjured up an angry ancestor or an ancestor in general and cried out for their help after you had created a mess of your life. Ten of Swords in the reverse. They're going to make sure that you are plucked out. Okay. Your judgment beyond the physical body is something you can't even imagine. Justice in the reverse. They feel as though you've done your bloodline an injustice. Okay. These are righteous ancestors and angry ones. They are absolutely collaborating. Stop giving them offerings. Okay. A lot of these people are lying to their spirit guides. They're at their altars. They're crying. They're not telling them that they attempted some type of spell work and it backfired. They're not telling the ancestors the truth. They're not speaking the truth at the altar or in their spell work. Clarify, Holy Spirit, what happened? They about to tear your ass up. Four of Pentacles, withholding the truth, justice in the reverse. You didn't do a disservice to the person that you were attacking, because that person is protected with the Seven of Wands and the High Priestess. You did your ancestors a disservice by lying to them. This is what they're saying. Yes. Yes, they're saying, yeah, we sick of y'all asses. We about to take you out. So you're going to start to hear about some natural catastrophe ass shit. You might be standing there talking bad about somebody or giving somebody the evil eye, and a tree might fall on your ass. I'm being honest, is what they're telling me. Yeah, look at the tree. I can't make this up. Or some shit just might hit you and knock you out right there, and you might just drop. With the Eight of Wands, I speak the truth as I am held accountable here in spiritual court. Holy Spirit, big Oya energy coming through. Yeah, they're not playing with y'all. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Y'all lie. Y'all lied and lied. Y'all lied to God. Y'all lie. Y'all just lie. You just be lying. You just be out here lying. This is what they're saying. Hold on, y'all. Let me wet my whistle. Wet my whistle. When I kissed your lips, baby, we fell in love. I feel like my divine masculine is thinking about kissing me. That just came through. That was a message. I channeled that. Needless to say, somebody's ass is up the creek without a paddle. Your ancestors is about to beat the shit out of you. You about to be calling, and they are not going to come. They're not going to come the way you think. With the Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Cups, you lied. You put them under some form of an illusion. You told them that you wanted justice, that somebody had wronged you. Clarify. This shit about to backfire on you. This is what they're saying because the high priestesses are telling the truth. These are the chosen ones. Leave them alone. Stop trying to do magic over them. You're only setting yourself up to take yourself out. So if you want to be taken out, so mote it be. But just know that you will not cross over. You might be bound to the afterworld or somewhere in a desolate place, dry place. Basically a cavern and a level of hell. There's 9 levels to hell. That's what I just heard. 10 of Wands. This shit gonna stress you out for like 900 years. Shit ain't cute. When you got to stand by and watch everybody have a physical body and you just somebody on the altar. Yeah, I cannot make this up. Somebody attacked the empress, attacked the high priestess, okay? And they could have even attacked a starseed baby because the children are coming through very, very strongly. Clarify justice in the reverse from these answers. They about to beat the shit out of y'all. They about to beat y'all's asses. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late, baby. You got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is bad earth magic. This is like graveyard dirt. This is using the earth, misuse, abuse of power. 6 of Wands in the reverse. You're going to lose every time because you lied to your ancestors. Not only are you in trouble with the Most High gods, you're in trouble with your ancestors. They about to beat the shits out of you. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and Justice in the reverse, and 6 of Wands in the reverse, trying to win at all costs when they were told to leave the High Priestess, Empress, Emperor alone. The chosen ones, the healers, the mediums, the psychics, they were told to leave you alone, and they were hard-headed because we alchemized it. We balanced it out. Ooh, this also represents inheriting their gifts. Oh, that's nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. We're going to do something good with it. You guys are safe to get your ass beat by your ancestors. They're going to torment you. It's going to feel like a long ass death. That's what I just heard. Y'all did the most, honey. You did the most. The hostess with the mostest. You wanted to host them spirits. You wanted somebody to host them spirits in their vessel. You tried to take people's gifts that are chosen. These are people that are ascended masters that came back just to help, just to deliver souls. It's like being in the heavens, going down, knowing that there's trapped souls there. We are the opportunity that they get to get their case heard in spiritual court. That's why we channel. That's what they're saying. That's why we channel. That's why we read. This is why we open up those doors. I'm getting a very peaceful feeling. Somebody's crossing over into the light. That's what's up. Look at them being set free. This is why we do what we do. There's children crossing over into the light. There are some people that did some very diabolical things that are getting justice. They feel like they've paid their, it's almost like bugging the Most High, like, please, can I cross over now? It's been 300 damn years. Some of them are absolutely being vindicated. The Most High sends angels to deliver those people. I just heard we are the angels. Whew, this is a heavy channel energy. I'm going to need some B12 after this and some vitamins and iron. And when you're channeling High Priestess, y'all make sure you are staying up on your B12, okay? And your sugar is balanced. Sometimes channeling spirits to this capacity takes a lot out of your physical body. Okay. Yeah, people really need to understand that. That's why a lot of mediums and psychics, they charge so much because it really is a job. That's why I don't do personal readings, y'all. But I hope whoever I'm talking to, I hope your reading comes out in the public eye for free. I hope it comes out in the public eye for free. I really do mean that. So, Five of Wands, okay? Five of Wands is conflict. These people got problems. They about to have some real situationships. They about to get that ass bent left and right. It's the ancestors on that ass. The good ones, the bad ones, the ugly ones, the ones that want to be free, the ones that are trying to be vindicated. Some of them are literally crossing over. Some of them didn't know that they were unalive. All praises be to the Most High God that I was able to channel this energy, because some of them are able to be set free now. They're setting themselves free. So anybody that's still in their bloodline that's keeping them bound, woo, they're about to take their place. Now they got to sit in purgatory in between realms, 300 years, 900 years, or till the Most High set them free. Because these are not only the lost ones, some of them are the forgotten ones, okay? These are the ones that they hid their truest connections to the spirit realm. And so when they crossed over, you had people just using their spirits, like using them as spirits. I just heard sending my spirits to fight. Somebody was sending spirits to fight with the Five of Wands. So I'm going to come back and do a part 2 on this, y'all. When I do the part 2, I'm going to break down the psychological aspects, behavioral health, theology, religion. This is what's coming through. I'm channeling a lot of ascended masters right now that want me to say something very specific. So I'm going to cleanse and just kind of get grounded and put myself in a position where I can channel that energy. So that'll be part 2, or the extended reading. It will be in the memberships. I'm going to put it in the superstars. Okay. That's where we kind of go deeper. We pull back layers of bloodlines. Before I close this door, Holy Spirit, thank you for being here with me, for guarding me, for protecting me, for allowing me to channel this energy. Please return all spirits back to their rightful place. I encourage these spirits to go where the angels are guiding you to go, and stay there. Close this door. I call back all my energy, my power. I'll see y'all in part 2, okay? I'm going to go restore my energy, and I'll see you soon. I love you. Peace be with you.